when my grandma finally came around and bought me my first electric guitar, it was just like easy breezy. It was like, yes, I found my lane.
It's like boxers putting their hand in sand.
This is what you work for.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Elation podcast today. I'm your host, David Adams. We are here in the Dolby Room at Elation Studios. It's a 9.6.2 Dolby Room. So you got to check that out if you haven't listened to it or heard about it before. But anyway, today we are here with Mia Borders. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, man?
Good. Glad to have you.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely. We'll get into a lot of business stuff, I'm sure, moving forward and fun music stuff. But let's just start origin story. Where are you from?
Uptown, New Orleans.
There you go. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love
Although I just abandoned Uptown. Well, Uptown abandoned me. Let's be honest. Let's talk about these property taxes.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, born and raised New Orleans, Louisiana.
I got you. Where'd you go to high school?
That's where you lose me.
Uh-oh.
I went up to boarding school in Connecticut.
Okay,
actually.
all right.
It was an artsy kind of place and athletic, and I thought athletics were going to be my ticket.
Gotcha.
Not the case, but fortunately they had the arts program, and I fell back on that.
Well, I'm glad they had the arts program then.
Yeah.
What sparked the bug?
I mean, just being from New Orleans, you take entertainment for granted and culture for granted. And I always, I was the baby of 4 grandkids, so I had to be the center of attention constantly. I'm a Leo, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Aries, whatever the other one is, Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, I'm Aries, so.
Okay. I mean, it means I like to be on the stage, but I'll also fight somebody.
There you go. Yeah. Well, never heard it put like that, but I like it.
It makes sense once you hang out with me long enough.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, music and musical theater in particular were a huge part of my curriculum in grade school. I went to Trinity Episcopal.
Okay.
It was very important for my mother that I have a private education, my brother as well. And so fortunately that came with a musical education.
Absolutely.
So, the whole time I was there, it was musical theater and I played in guitar chapel.
I got you. Yeah, I was just telling you about bells. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure many
the
people
handbell choir.
Didn't play handbells growing up.
Oh yeah, man, 7th, 8th grade handbells.
Oh yeah.
Although they put me with the dudes on the far end.
Oh yeah, I was on the heavy bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there girls with you?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
It was just me and a couple dudes. We were like, boom.
No, there were girls all in me because I was handling these big bells.
Well, obviously. No, I always wanted to be like the ones with the little ones.
Yeah. Those definitely had the most movement and I guess the most feeling parts.
Yeah, that's where everybody's eyes are going.
I had the dong.
Yeah.
Dong,
whatever. Every once in a while, you get one of the fun songs where you get to like flip the mallet.
Right. Yeah, that was fun. You're right. You're right. But yeah, that definitely came with a private education because I don't think many people played the bells growing up.
No, it's probably an expensive thing for an academic institution to have on hand.
Oh God, first world problems. I never thought about it like that.
The felt gloves.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad I went to guitar through high school because then I felt normal.
Yes, guitar was really what I always wanted.
Okay.
My grandmother put me in piano when I was maybe 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted me to have that foundation. She was right.
Yeah.
In retrospect.
Absolutely.
I quit way too soon.
Grandma's always right.
Grandma was always
right.
Sure. But yeah, piano was a fun start. I knew that I wanted to have a musical life. But guitar was always what I wanted.
Gotcha.
And so she finally bought me one. Actually, my dad bought me a pawn shop guitar for $25 because he didn't think I would stick with it.
Gotcha.
I think my brother burned him on a violin once.
Got you. Yeah.
So he
Siblings.
was, yeah, man. But getting that pawn shop guitar, it was terrible. You couldn't even tune it without pliers. And the action was, a quarter of an inch off. It was terrible. But when my grandma finally came around and bought me my first electric guitar, it was just like easy breezy. It was like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
found my lane.
That's like boxers putting their hand in sand, you know?
Yeah.
Like you were
This is
building
what you work
you were
for.
building your muscles up, you know? You
Yeah.
didn't even know it. But that's awesome. That's awesome. How old was it? Were you on that?
I was 10 when I started playing guitar. 11, I think, when I started actually getting lessons, because I think
Gotcha.
she got sick of hearing what was happening back there with me writing original music, not knowing anything about it. Because there wasn't, there's no YouTube
No.
in the 90s to show me what a guitar chord was. And,
No, not at all.
yeah, just flipping through books when I could get a handle on
And
them.
trying things, right?
Yeah, just getting weird. And that was when I started writing lyrics and figuring out how I wanted to play as a rhythm guitarist. So that by the time my guitar teacher came into the picture, I was sort of a little bit ahead of the game.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, you went further than me because I learned, I was going to a teacher playing electric guitar, and I learned Glycerine by Bush, and I learned Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. And then I quit to play football.
Yeah.
And I didn't look back for a long time.
I mean, you got to go where life takes you.
You know, it just seemed more impactful at the moment. I wish I would have stayed with it though.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, especially when I was younger and trying to figure out other ways to make money as a musician, I taught a lot of, people in their 20s and 30s who wish they hadn't given it up.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man.
Absolutely. Well, but your family members play instruments at all?
Not really. My grandfather played the trumpet in the Army.
Same, but Navy.
Nice. Okay. And that was pretty much it.
Gotcha.
I did my mom's mom, my abuela. We grew up hearing that she was this fantastic opera singer, and she put a career aside to have 8 children. And then,
damn,
yeah, too many. Probably 7 too many, in my opinion. But then eventually, I think it was shortly before she passed or shortly after she passed, we all finally heard a recording of her singing, and we were like, beautiful.
Brother wasn't always right, huh?
Yeah. I don't think anybody was knocking down her door for a contract. But God bless her.
Well, so obviously Spanish heritage. Where is she from?
Well, actually, my mom's family's from Mexico.
Okay.
My abuela was born and raised in New Mexico. And it was another family tradition that we learned usually around the time we each hit 20, that she was just a white lady.
Got you.
Not Mexican at all.
Really?
Where'd she come from? She's cool. Yeah, we all hit that point in our lives where we were like, wait a minute, what? I missed that somehow. But my abuelo was from Juarez. And so, we're Northern Mexicans, and
gotcha.
We eventually got pushed out of the neighborhood just because everything in the 90s was a little bit rough. So I've still got family in the area in El Paso and in that part of the country. So
okay.
It's
awesome.
nice.
Awesome. All right.
A little bit of everything on my ancestry map.
A little bit of everything. But that's what we are in New Orleans. We're
Absolutely.
gumbo. We're gumbo. I mean, my dad's father spoke Cajun, and I have Creole in me. So
yeah.
But my other side comes from Kentucky. So but my grandfather got on the Navy ship, landed at Jack's Brewery, and never left.
Yeah, nice.
And that's kind of where met a woman from the 11th Ward, and there we go, and here we are.
Now we gotcha.
So, but that's what New Orleans is great about. I feel like we have a great mix of culture. Obviously,
I've always loved that about New Orleans. It's the one place where I feel comfortable, like completely comfortable in my own skin, whether I'm leaning more towards the Mexican or leaning more towards the black side or even indigenous stuff. Like New Orleans just has everything.
Absolutely.
And it just makes me feel so comfortable.
Absolutely. And I feel like we make the world feel comfortable. When anybody from anywhere around the world comes here, they feel comfortable.
Yes. Any race, creed, color, orientation, like New Orleans proper, you are welcome with open arms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about your music.
Yeah, I started writing as a young kid. You don't need to hear those first few songs. Some of them involved a British accent. Why?
Oh,
Let's blame the Spice Girls.
okay. All
Uh,
right. All right.
but then I
You
started.
try anything in music.
I mean, you got to find your lane. I'm
Listen,
saying.
music is like math. There is no right answer. There's a million ways to get to the one problem.
Absolutely.
Right?
I started getting serious about really putting songs together around 12 or 13. And then I think each year in high school, I made a CD of original music for my friends and family. And that was like a Christmas gift for them because I'm cheap. And just perpetually
Well,
broke
it's
in
funny you say
here.
that because I was literally thinking about doing that this year with AI, making songs for my nieces so that I didn't have to go out and buy princess things that I know they're not going to use.
Oh,
So
man.
funny you say that.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
You know.
I've got 6 nieces and nephews, and you sort of like cater an AI song to them.
Yeah. See?
I see what's happening
Yeah,
here.
you know. I'm bringing elation to your Christmas. Well, let's just go ahead and talk about AI since that came into the segment the
Yeah,
way we were
sure.
talking about it. How do you feel about it approaching the music industry the way it is?
It's interesting, right? Like I've been releasing music for almost 20 years. And my process is very specific to me.
Right.
Like I write everything myself. All the instruments. I record my demos in my home studio. It's very I don't know, like I'm a control freak is what it is. That's what it boils down to.
No, I hear you.
And
as an artist, you should be.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like if I'm putting something out that represents me as a human being, as a thinking, feeling, emotional person, I want it to reflect me.
Right.
And AI is very interesting. I've messed around a little bit with it as a tool, just because I write songs for other people. So I want to hear what this song sounds like with a male voice. Let's do that. That's me singing, but it's just put through an AI filter that makes it sound like, a baritone.
Right.
So I can sort of get an idea of what somebody like George Porter is going to sound like singing that song.
Right.
That's interesting. That's a useful creative tool. It all depends on the user. But building music just from the ground up with AI freaks me out.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, I hear you. It freaks me out for the studio musicians.
Yes, like session players and sidemen.
Yeah. Well, so I've dived into it pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I did it. It was actually a friend of mine that pushed me into it. And I did it to basically figure out how I was being replaced as a producer.
Yeah.
And for the first week, it like killed all creativity. It pushed me into a corner, and I almost just said screw it to everything. Like,
wow.
Like it put me in a really bad space. And then all of a sudden I started to figure out, all right, well, I can use it like this and still do the real thing. So the thought process is to use it as demos.
Yeah.
And then you hire the session musicians to come in and play.
That's my jam.
But I don't, to create the demo, to do the testing, I don't have to hire people now.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of where it started to build up. Okay, well, maybe I can use it this way. And then funny enough, randomly, I got a call off a Google songwriter, wanted to come see the studio. So I met with him. He's a disabled vet. He has missing bones in his hands, but he's been writing songs. He's like 65 now. He's been writing songs since he was in the Army. And he himself had been messing with AI to try to do some music. And he didn't have any way to record or anything. He goes, but I can sing. So what we've done is we've taken his songs that he wrote. I've created the music behind it with the AI.
Yeah.
And created a project for him that he's now going to come and re-sing and then becomes his product.
Yeah.
And then when it comes time to go perform, he'll hire a band and move forward.
Yeah.
So in my sense, I've given a voice to somebody who wouldn't normally be able to put all that together and get it done. So it turned into a positive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think obviously it's changing every 10 minutes.
Yes.
The technology, the industry. But I think we're going to sort of all hopefully land in that spot. Like, how can we use it to help rather than overtake creators?
Create more lanes, not destroy lanes.
Yeah. I mean, I quit piano, so I can get on a keyboard, like a MIDI keyboard, and play some pads, and then I can flip it through AI, and I'll get a better idea of what somebody like Mike Lemler is going to do once we get into the studio.
Right.
It's like, okay, now I have a better idea of the shape of this song, and then I can present that as a whole to humans who are also going to hear it and interpret it and put their own sauce on
Well,
it.
and I know songwriters that are using it that are making the same song in multiple genres and pitching them out as songs to sell.
Yeah.
As demos. And then, so I feel like there are lots of ways to use it, like any new tool, but there's also the scary part of what it replaces, And the one thing that I feel like is stern and will stay forever is that you can't replace live music.
Yeah.
So I feel like as long as you can add elements into your show that aren't going to be computer dynamics and they're going to be live humans performing, I feel like you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see where the pieces sort of fall into place moving forward. I mean, there's some really good stuff going on. You have I can't think of his name, country singer who had a stroke and wasn't able to sing anymore, was able to put out a new record using his voice.
Right.
That's really amazing.
Absolutely.
You've got ALS patients who can't speak anymore, who can have, a computer that sounds like them with their inflections. That's fantastic as well.
Absolutely.
But, I don't want anybody I don't need an AI actress in a movie that I'm watching.
Okay.
I don't need an AI band to create an album in 24 hours and release it and take away my streaming money off Spotify.
Right.
Like that's not what I'm here for.
I got you. So you're not for the AI artist at all?
I mean, like, it depends, right? Are there humans making that music in some way, shape, or form?
Right.
Is it just one person on a computer typing words into an AI software? Then I'm not into that.
Right.
If it's a musician who has a musical idea and they can put that into place somehow, I'm all right with that.
Right.
We have a lot of people in the industry who don't want to be public figures in the industry. So maybe AI is a way for them to create in a way that makes them feel safe. You got somebody like Sia who doesn't like to be seen in public.
Correct.
Maybe Sia gets an AI avatar. All right.
Right. Well,
that's fine.
The Gorillaz did it years ago.
Yes.
They didn't have people performing on stage.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and with all, like, if you look at other markets, like you look at Asia, you look at India, like they've been filing avatars for years.
Absolutely.
That aren't real in any sense. So, I mean, people still put Mickey Mouse ears on at 40 years old, which I'm going to Disney in a couple of weeks. So,
woo, have fun with that. It's peak season, bro.
You won't see me with ears on, but I'll wear a shirt. But, but, I feel like there is precedent for it.
Yes.
But I just feel like it's how you use it. It's how it's marketed. And I feel like there's a new generation that will probably be fine watching a screen at a festival with some music that they like.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be me and you that are going to want to go sit into a bar and listen to a real band and maybe something that we've never heard before and learn something from being creative.
Yeah. We're the old heads.
Creative. Right. Or
that's
an old
what they
head.
call us.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Because I still use a thermos, evidently.
Woo!
But it's a Yeti, okay? It's a Yeti.
We're aging ourselves every day, man.
But I know.
Kids.
I know. Well, having kids has aged me, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I count every day now.
Yeah. That's true.
So, but if it's also changed the way I deal with things in a great way. Yeah, I just approach things differently now. I mean, I have so much more patience.
Wow, good for you.
I have to.
I'm running out of it, man.
Oh, no, I have to. You have to. Well, so let's talk about the balancing act between being a paralegal and a musician. Like, how do you think that helped you?
Well, yeah, I worked as a paralegal through college. My guitarist in my band was my boss during the day, which is a weird dynamic. And then to swap roles and at night, and then
not tell stories the next morning.
In the office, like, what's up, man? Nothing.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I mean, it was
great. You wore suspenders.
I mean, it was a really good foundation for me. I think I was always interested in the law. That was something that was on sort of in the back of my mind as a fallback,
right.
Which my dad was very on me about. He was like, you're going to college, you're going to get a degree, and then you're probably going to go to law school and be a lawyer, and that's your life.
Well,
because he got a degree in theater, and
gotcha.
he walked that path before me.
Gotcha.
And really tried to turn me off of it. Didn't work out though. But no, he's a supportive dude. Parents, you look at him and you're like, please, just be okay.
Yeah,
you try.
No,
I'm just an aunt, so I'm like, I tried my hardest, and then it's up to my brother to pick up whatever I left. But yeah, just like I love everything in writing, and that's definitely from the paralegal life.
Okay.
I don't even do deals over text.
Gotcha.
It's like I need an email, I need a contract, and I need everything in writing.
That is one helpful thing in music, if you can keep that.
Yeah,
standard,
I'm not making handshake deals.
Yeah.
My first recording experience outside of New Orleans was in Nashville with a producer who I immediately knew was shady. And so that's why I started my record label, Blaxican Records, just to, protect myself right away.
Right.
It's like, nope, I'm going to own my masters, my publishing. You're not touching anything. We have a contract between my record label and your production company that ends on this date. Goodbye.
Right.
And that was, while it wasn't always a positive experience in Nashville, it was a learning experience.
Yeah. Well, because it will cut out a lot of people from your life when you do that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that hang on and do shady deals or just try to leap from one moment to the next. And I mean, I can't tell you, I was just dealing with something last night, or, from a couple of the producers that work with here that, they've done a lot of work with an artist that none of the business has been done yet. And now everything has gone awry, and now they're trying to backtrack, and it's going to be difficult. And so it's a learning experience. So, it's one of those things, you can't be so creative to forget about the money.
Yeah. I mean, it's a business, and it is very easy to not make money in this business.
Right.
You can leave money on every table in every room.
Absolutely.
It's so easy.
Absolutely.
And so just getting everything down on paper before pen touches, or before hands touch guitar strings or keys or whatever,
or even copywriting your own music properly. I mean,
yeah,
I had producers and kids here that didn't even know what ASCAP was.
Yeah, we were just a group of band leaders. Macno reached out to us to sort of sit down informally and go over exactly that. How can we create a database of information for band leaders so that they know that this is the stuff they have to do.
Yeah, SoundScan
ahead
ASCAP,
of time,
copyright.
Yeah,
there's
nobody is reporting their set lists to their PROs. I get paid every time I sing my song on stage at any bar in the world.
Right.
And when I was teaching at Loyola a few years back, like my kids were like, "What are you talking about? Set lists,
performance
but
rights."
I just call the songs, and it's like, I don't know what to tell you about that. You can be organized on the front end, or you can scramble on the back end. It's up to you.
Yeah, and you normally make more money when you're working on the front end.
Absolutely. Yeah, those checks come in every quarter.
Absolutely. And it's like, on the back end, you got to hire an attorney to fix it.
Yep. And that's just more money out of your pocket.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, good. Well, I always said that going to school, in my opinion, unless you're going to be like a finance guy or a doctor or something specific, the best things to go learn are law and advertising.
Mm,
If you can, because you could turn that into anything.
True.
You know, it can help you in any sense.
Yeah.
So, but it definitely helps you on the music side.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were some of your goals from founding the Third Coast Entertainment?
Yeah. I mean, I started Third Coast in 2018. I, been in the business for a long time. I've been on many festival bills where I am the only woman, the only person of color, the only queer person, sometimes all in one, just checking those boxes for them. And it gets old,
Right.
you know? Why aren't there more people that look like me behind the scenes? Why aren't there more people that look like me on stage? Why is it just one slot for this type of artist?
Right.
And then you've got 6 of the same, the same milk toast musicians that are doing the same thing.
Right.
I want to see more diversity. I want to see more opportunities for musicians from marginalized communities. I want to see more women on stage. I want to see more women band leaders. And, I want queer people to get the representation that they want. I want musicians of color to be able to be headliners at major festivals. I don't want it to just be one token, ticking each column and then the festival pats themselves on the back.
Right.
Oh, we got a brown one.
Right.
We're good. It's just not enough. And, you run through these circuits and it's the same people at the same festivals every year on the same stages in front of the same crowds. And it's like, we have to create more opportunities for different musicians. And then that brings in different audiences.
Right.
And that's what it's about. Like, I have such a diverse listening base.
Right.
I've got very conservative people on one side who really gravitate towards the Americana roots stuff that I do.
Right.
I love that. That's well and good. I'm a little bit confused every once in a while when they're like shouting out my song. I've got a song called Goddamn Strong Black Man. And they're like, I love that song, goddamn. It's like, are you listening to the words? Whatever. But they're in a room. Yeah. They're at a music show enjoying music in a room with a bunch of middle-aged lesbians.
Right.
What would have brought them together?
Right.
Under any other circumstance, it's not going to happen. There might be fisticuffs. I've seen it almost happen at one of my shows in Lafayette. It was literally just like this side of the aisle, and I was like, who's gonna throw the first punch? Just gotta keep singing these love songs.
That's funny.
Ooh, girl.
That's funny. It's like a wedding with both the families are weird.
Yeah, it's just like, what's gonna happen? But everybody's at the bar having a good time, and it's just like, that's what music should do.
Absolutely.
And we, as musicians, I think we are uniquely equipped to be behind the scenes at something like that. Like, as a musician, I know what my musicians want backstage. When we did Third Coast, very very overwhelmingly produced the live music outside of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
In January, we had Sweet Crude, Sax Kicks Ave, R.I.P. And we had Soul Brass Band, running around. We had a couple of buskers, just to give, the whole New Orleans vibe.
Right.
And a couple of our buskers were students from Loyola who would never have gotten that opportunity otherwise. And, Sweet Crude, Sax Kicks Ave, local musicians doing very different types of music. And that's just what I want to do. Like, I want to create different types of musical experiences to bring different audiences together.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so what festival do you think does it best?
Pooh, man.
Because there has to be some that are
I mean, it's almost not fair to say Jazz Fest.
I mean, but I was going to say
their pockets are deep.
They do a pretty good job of spreading the wealth.
They take care of us.
Yeah,
we got hot meals this year in our trailer, and we were like, "What?"
Wow!
Like I opened the door to walk into the trailer, and my bassist wife was like, "Mia, we have hot meals." And I was like, "Stop it! Is that for me?" I checked like 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Jazz Fest has always been a great partner. Right. And Jazz and Heritage Foundation in general has been a great partner.
Yeah, they've stayed
to me
very
as a
true.
musician,
They've
also to
true.
my nonprofit, the Borders Foundation. We've gotten some presenting grants from them before. They just do a great job. They listen, and that's the thing that a lot of festivals just don't do.
Right.
A lot of festivals think that we should be grateful that they are even deigning to speak with us about performing on their stage.
Right.
And it's like, do you understand what you're talking about? You can have a festival on the Mississippi River without music? Who's coming to that?
Right, 100%.
Who's coming to that? And you're not going to give me water in a backstage area? Come on.
It's kind of similar how Spotify treats
You could
artists.
do that. It is very similar. I'm bringing people to your party.
Right.
And you actually want me to find a third party to pay for me to bring people to your party?
Correct.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. That's right. You know?
You should be ashamed.
That whole thought process is like, you know, but the art gets lost in the mush of money, you know? But I agree. I think a lot of festivals get washed out because they just continue to do the same thing over and over again. I mean, honestly, I think Essence Fest is that way. Like, I don't think they do a great job anymore.
I've been trying to get some phone calls through to Essence Fest.
Am I wrong? They don't do a great job.
No, and they farmed it out to an Atlanta firm. And what are you doing?
What do they do? Right. And, you know, the Atlanta Falcons don't like us. Like, why would they do a great job? You know?
Certainly not.
I anytime that happens, even like the local hotel owners that built up downtown that sold to big Chicago firms and big mutual funds, and then these guys come in, they don't know anything about the city, and they build a structure that doesn't work because it's not for us. Like,
no,
you know, and we all reject that stuff. So like it makes no sense in the future of what we're building.
Yeah, the New Orleans economy is pretty backwards. We are far too reliant on tourism and music in particular. Right. And yet we do not reward the musicians fairly.
We have the second most employed musicians in the country statewide. So obviously the first is Tennessee because of Nashville. Yeah. But we're number 2. We have like 33% of our employed base is musicians.
Wow.
And yet we have no union. We have no programs. We have no kickbacks. We have no support.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the union is trying. They're under new leadership and they're trying to rally membership, but I haven't seen anything yet. And I would love to be a part of that. I would love to be implementing policy change because I see, 20 years in this business, I've seen changes. I've seen Frenchmen.
Right. Yeah.
On the one hand, I blame us because
Redaz's is still there though, right?
Yeah. I mean, like as musicians, you'd come home from tour and you'd be like in the airport and people would be like, oh, where should we go see live music? We're going to go to Bourbon. And be like, go to Frenchman. It's so much better. We ruined it. They listened to us and then they overran that street. Yeah. And then a bunch of out of town people bought all the venues and it's just yikes. I love the local venues that are holding on strong down on Frenchman.
Yeah.
I love them. Blue Nile, DBA, Three Muses. You've got my heart. Snug. Oh, sweet Snug. It's just really hard to be a working musician in this city. Especially while the city is like, hey, we need our musicians to bring in tourism dollars.
Right.
It's like, cool. Can you help us out?
Right.
With more than just a musician's loading zone sign? That would be great.
Right. Put us in a different tax bracket, please. If we're helping out, help us out.
We need some subsidies somehow because we have too many musicians living below the poverty line.
Absolutely.
And it's a physical job. And that means healthcare costs.
Absolutely.
That means nutrition costs. And there's just fewer ways to cover those bills and expenses.
Well, and that's not a very healthy lifestyle either.
It's certainly not. You're encouraged to drink and smoke and have
And
all
eat
sorts
crap
of fun.
food, even though it's good, it's not good for your arteries.
It is delicious,
Uh-huh.
but I can't have burger and fries every night after a gig. Like, that's no.
Yeah, no, that would be lucky to have burger and fries. Everything else would be normally fried food.
Oh yeah.
But no, that's awesome. No, I think if we all move in that way, because I feel like there's, and the more and more I talk to people here in town, I feel like we're all similar in thought process, and we're all in that same spot.
Yeah.
So there should be a light at the end of this tunnel if we all keep working toward the same goal.
I think there are a few conversations happening across the city with a bunch of different organizations, and we need to get everybody in a room together and be like, listen, we're not in competition.
Right.
Okay. The brass band on the corner is not in competition with the band that's playing in the club.
Right.
No, we're all trying to get these people to come support live music and value live music. And so we need to start really openly interfacing.
Absolutely.
Amongst groups across platforms. Like, we need to start having a loud conversation because the city is not listening.
No, 100%.
And they've got, sure, they've got their own financial problems. I respect it, but you can't put all this stuff on our shoulders and then not help us out.
No. But we haven't had a mayor in New Orleans help the city out in 40 years. So
I am very cautiously optimistic. Helena Moreno has been a music fan for a long time. I appreciate that. And I'm watching.
We'll see where the conversations go.
Yeah.
We'll see where the conversations go.
I'm watching.
You hear that? Helena? Yep. Yeah. We're watching. We're gonna.
I just want to be an instrument of change and help. Like, reach out. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm out of my depth. Let me ask somebody whose field this is.
Absolutely.
Like, what should we be looking at? What's actually going to help a musician pay their bills? Is it a loading zone? Is it parking downtown? Is it, food? I don't know, some sort of food program.
Right,
I don't know what it is.
But there's conversations to be had and things to be done.
I know what would help me as a musician. My friends know what would help them as a musician.
Right.
Nobody's asking us. So.
Well, let's keep the conversation going. Hopefully we get the right person in the room.
Absolutely.
Make a change.
Yeah.
Do you have anything up and coming that you would like to promote?
I always have, the Borders Foundation is always accepting donations. It is a 501c3 nonprofit, tax deductible. We've got a few tribute series coming up called Under the Influence. Our first one was Betty Davis. We did that over at the Broadside back in September. It was super fun.
Awesome.
Got a couple of grants before everything dried up, thank God.
Nice.
So we're going to put on a couple more shows. Bill Withers. Going to try and do like a Sade one, maybe around Valentine's Day.
Awesome.
Just like tug on these heartstrings.
Awesome.
So Borders Foundation, everything is at miaborders.com. Gigs are slow this time of year, so I went and had my rotator cuff repaired. So I'm not yet back to playing guitar, but I'll be on stage November 29th, NOLA Brewing.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
Awesome.
Yeah,
good to hear. And I hope you're well in your recovery.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Lots of elation on stage for you in the future, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
Indeed.
Well, great. Well, can you give everybody your socials and where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm Mia Borders everywhere, at Mia Borders, on Instagram and Facebook. That's pretty much where my fan base is. You go where the party is, and my people are not on TikTok. We are in our 50s and up. I throw myself in that group just for joint reasons.
Just for joint reasons?
Yeah. We're in our 50s.
All right. So I'll get you a thermos for your birthday.
Thank you so much. Yes.
All right, great. Well, thanks for coming today, and
Appreciate
I enjoyed our
it.
conversation.
Thank you for having me.
And hopefully somebody can learn something from it and move on.
Hope so. That's the goal.
Absolutely. But like I said, let's keep the conversation going and help New Orleans and help some of these musicians I think there's a light, bright future in front. I can see it. I can see it. But thank you guys for joining us today. If you'd like to like and subscribe and see more, I'd appreciate it. And see you next time on the Elation Podcast. Peace.